Roman. All right, he's never coming. What is up, humans? On today's episode of Windy City Joes, we have had a one-of-a-kind, another best friend, very special guest. His name is Roman Alexander. He is a reoccurring guest now. Shout out to Roman. He has a new single out called Now. Wow, Jesus. He has a new single out called Over Me. The music video is great, and he has some sick-ass merch on his website at romanalexandermusic.com. The crew neck, it's amazing. I need to get one. Shout out to Roman for his time. It was great catching up with him, and we hope y'all enjoy this episode.
We had tons to catch up on after the last time we talked to him, and I like that you messed up a little bit in there because of how hot it is in this room.
We're dying.
Yep.
Enjoy the episode.
Enjoy the episode, everybody.
What up, boys?
Roman!
Dude, I told you as soon as I went.
That was perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. I'll kill the AC.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. What's up?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good.
What's going on, everybody?
Well, we moved to a new studio.
It looks. You guys look like an actual podcast studio. I like it. Not that the other one didn't, but this one looks.
But the other one was a bar, so I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it was a bar, and honestly, like we loved the opportunity of like obviously like recording there and everything because it was awesome. We talked to cool people like you, dude, moving that shit in and out like all the time.
And we were like there like
the
three, like every day of the weekend. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we would be there.
Yeah.
And we would be like, okay, set up breakdown every day. And then we had to drive somewhere else to like unload equipment, drive somewhere else to edit. Now we're all in a house that has like we go to the room next door, edit. We have a studio that we can decorate. We don't have to. Like, equipment stays up.
I don't know if you're going to be able to see all of it, but Tyler, go to the middle camera just so he can. So like, the camera's kind of zoomed in, so you can't see all of it. But yeah, dude, like we moved in to get. Oh, there we go. Look at our camera guy doing his thing.
That's a podcast right there, my friends.
Appreciate it, dude. Next time you're in Chicago, you got to come by. We'll have some drinks and just chill in the studio.
Dude, even if I will fly up there.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
I mean, here's a great airport. It's pretty easy to figure out.
It is.
Yeah, you have another half of a Malort shot to finish.
That's true.
Speaking of that, not Malort, I'm gonna go get a beer. Is that cool?
Yeah, go for it. Grab a beer.
Oh yeah, we got drinks, dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're drinking tequila.
Cocktail. You can't let y'all drink alone.
Yeah, go. Can we turn them up a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
I just might have to go fisherman.
You feel like the hat's blocking the sound?
Yeah. I mean, that's not crazy to think, right?
No. You're thinking.
Definitely not going to impress him or anything with this weird.
Come on, movie boys. I'm gonna do this right here.
Perfect.
Okay. I got a Corona.
Ooh, Corona. Okay. So let's hold on. Oh wait, I bring him on afterwards. Okay. So I'm glad that you're drinking a Corona because
we're drinking tequila.
Well, we are drinking tequila. So
that's like a perfect pairing.
Go us. Yeah, we're matching kind of. Not really. Whatever. Corona or Modelo? Do you prefer Coronas?
I prefer Modelo, but
yes.
The Corona was the only one available in the office right now. I'm at the office, so I'm just kind of drinking whatever available to me. And
he's wearing a Budweiser shirt.
Yeah, he is.
You're representing all the brands.
There's a good reason I'm not sponsored by either because I don't think I have brand loyalty. But actually, I do. Hang on. Let's talk about this. The elephant in the room right now is that he's wearing a St. Louis Cardinals hat and I'm wearing an Anheuser-Busch shirt. So a little St. Louis representation in here, my friend.
Doing it because of you, because you're still my favorite guest, because you're the only Cardinals fan we've interviewed. And like, we're doing good this season. We're doing way better than the Cubs, which fucking stink. Let's just get that out there. And yeah, dude, I had to represent while talking to you.
We have Pujols, buddy.
Yeah. Dude, oh my God. Seeing him back is just like, it's such a good feeling. And like, you guys gave up Anthony Rizzo for a dishwashing machine. So
yeah, no, I know we made a lot of bad calls last season, but we also are used to losing. So, I mean, I'm super comfortable sitting where I'm at. I mean, 108 years, and then we won. Like we were good for like 4 years. We got 4 years. I'm like, that's good.
Well, try growing up in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
that's very true. But yeah, dude, Cardinals are the shit.
And there's a lot of stuff has happened since.
Oh my god!
Since we've talked to you last.
Yeah. So okay. Well, so Roman, if you don't mind, I want to take this over.
Yeah. You go for it. I guess.
Last time we talked to you, do you remember A, he was wearing a suit, and B,
we're going to a wedding.
And yes, and B, do you remember us telling you the story about him making out with his friend's
his buddy's sister at the hockey game?
Yes, yeah. So this
little makeout
loser,
they have there.
Yeah. This guy edited that out of the podcast because he was worried that she would hear it and she would get mad. Fast forward to wherever we are now, they're dating.
Yeah, that's true. All of that is true. What he said, I was going to defend it, but honestly, what he said is true.
I don't remember, but did I say anything about that? Did I say you guys were going to date? I don't know. I might be like a prophecy.
No, you asked at one point. You were like, are you guys going to date? Or do you think it's just like a one-time thing? Or do you think it's just going to be like a hey, you up sort of thing? And I was like, I have no idea.
Either are great things.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. But yeah, now we're dating. I think we started dating like literally like under a month after that interview. So last time you were on, but I went to go edit part of it out because if you remember, I did drop her name.
Yeah, which was hilarious.
And then I was like, so then I was like editing that out, but then it sounded weird. So then I just clipped part of the section, but there is part of it in there still. When he brings it up like the third time,
it is.
There's
in there.
part of me being like, fuck. But yeah, we're dating now and it's going good.
And yeah, that's pretty much what's new with us. What the hell's new with you,
dude? We're grinding.
You've been everywhere. You've been everywhere, dude.
This lighting is killing me. It's so bright, it makes my ears look like giant. I don't know.
You look great. You look great.
Thank you. Man, I've been traveling a shit ton. Yeah, I've been gone a lot. I've been hustling, and I love what I do. So you ask me what you want me. I'll tell you anything you want to know. So you ask me.
Since the last time you were on, you actually got a new tattoo. I saw.
Whoa. You're observant.
The right above the one you had last time. So it's like up here on your shoulder. Yeah, the good for y'all.
Ooh, explain it right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I told you all last. I don't know. I don't think I did. But sometimes when you write songs and you're on a writer's retreat, sometimes you get the opportunity to get your song cut by another artist. And little to my knowledge at the time, I didn't know that Dustin Lynch was going to cut the song. So we wrote a song called Party Mode, which is currently a single. And we're in the top 20s right now, so that's pretty cool. But when I wrote the song, we were at a writer's retreat for me. So I was with my boys, Jerry Flowers, Jared Kime, Matt McGinn, and Ryan Bieber, all of which are fantastic songwriters that have some notoriety. Myself, on the other hand, as a songwriter, besides my own songs, didn't really have much notoriety. So whenever we were at this writer's retreat, we'd all been drinking all day. We'd all been out on the boat, partying, having a good time. Actually, no, we weren't out on the boat that time. But we were partying a lot, and Jerry doesn't drink, so he wasn't really partaking in the partying. But he's pretty fun to hang out with. And we had just finished up dinner, and I was going downstairs to probably go get ready for bed. And I hear this sound coming from the patio, and I was like, "Man, that sounds really interesting. I wonder what that is." I walk out there, and I was like, "What are y'all writing?" And they're like, "Oh, we're writing a song for John Party." Now, take in mind, this is my writer's retreat for me. Now, do I really care that they're writing for somebody else? No. But we need all the songs we can get that weekend. So I was like, okay, for John Party? Yeah, what's it called? Party Mode. I was like, good for y'all. I walked off, and I was like, God damn it, they're writing for John Party. And I was like, wait a second. Okay, before I go to bed, why don't I try to become a writer on this song? So what I did is I walked out there, I sat my ass on the couch and kind of inserted myself into the write. And next thing you know, we have the Dustin Lynch single. So not because of me, but because of the writers on that song, besides myself, were fantastic. I loved being with them. And fast forward to the later on that night to the tattoo, we finished the song. I was like, I love the song. It's a great song. But if this gets cut, man, I will get a tattoo. And Matt McGinn goes, shake on it. I was like, you know what? If it gets released as a single, I'll get a tattoo. And then I was like, you know what? I like bets. If it gets cut, I'll get a tattoo. It got cut, recorded, singled, and released. And now it's his radio single. So for Dustin Lynch, it's doing great. It's catchy. I love it. It's a great summertime song. And sorry for talking so much.
Dude, that was such a cool story.
That's a dope fucking story.
Oh my God.
I was
fucking awesome.
I was hoping there was something really cool behind the tattoo because I saw it and I was like, oh shit, like I knew you had the one tattoo because I feel like we talked about it because we just had Kaiser on and he's tatted up like crazy. So we were like on a tattoo roll. We were asking everybody, but like then I saw on your Instagram that you posted that, and it was like a couple months after we talked to you, and I was like, I need to know like what happened, like what that means. That's a dope fucking story.
That's an awesome story. And congrats on like partaking in that song. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, top 20.
It's cool to have the top 20 single on country radio, and it's cool to be able to more or less, it's cool to have a radio single. But it's more cool to be able to let this kind of lead me into getting into rooms with other writers that I otherwise probably wouldn't get in with right away. So it's opening a lot of doors for me.
Well, and that's what I love about the story too, is like you pretty much caught yourself. You're like, you know, that environment, like that room, I guess they're in might not be, I don't know, something I saw myself in at the moment. And then you kind of caught yourself and you're like, fuck it. Like, let's make the best of the opportunity. Like, let's see if I can add anything to this like awesome group of people. And you did.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the writers were fantastic to work with, but Jared Kime, where the title Party Mode came from was Jared Kime, my producer, along with Jerry Flowers. Jared Kime he's constantly, if you ever meet the guy or you ever see him, you're going to see him eventually just from Instagram and social media with me working with him. But he's always hitting a jewel pin. He loves jewel pins. I've never gotten behind the jewel pin thing. They're fun to hit when you've had a few to drink. Okay. Is that a jewel pin?
No, it's a gigantic jewel pin.
He'll hit them. Yeah, he'll hit them.
I'll hit a jewel. I don't discriminate.
So a jewel pin, though, when you hit it and you shake it, it sparkles and has all these like rainbow colors come out of the light.
Yeah, it's party mode.
It's called Party Mode. And he told the writers that, and they were like, oh, well, that'd be a cool title. Sure enough, they wrote Party Mode.
Wait, oh my God. So the song's title was originated from a jewel pen?
From a jewel pen.
What the fuck?
Dude, I had at one point, this is how bad it was. I had 2 jewels because they don't hold a battery that long. They're tiny devices. So I would like swap the batteries in and out. And then, you know, occasionally you have extra pods you throw one in. So then I would have them and I would do party mode at both of them at one time. But yeah, I love that shit. That's dope as fuck that it was originated from just a jewel.
Yeah.
It's just, of course. What's your, I know you're drinking a Corona right now, but like, what's your go-to drinks now before a show? Has anything changed? I know you're a big old fashioned guy.
Yeah, it's definitely not fucking Malort.
Dude, what do you like?
Dude, I told you, if you go back and listen,
it is ass.
If you go back and listen to the episode, I was like, if anyone ever offers you a shot of Malort, just don't take it. It's not worth it. And he literally offered you one after I finished that sentence, and you're like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Well, because we were talking about a Chicago handshake. It comes with old style, right?
Yeah, old style and Malort.
Old style and a shot of Malort. And yeah, damn, dude, I was going to send you like an entire case, but I guess I won't anymore.
You know, I will take it only to torture my victims.
Yeah.
That's a good use for it.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to send it to every one of my enemies. I don't have any enemies, but if one day, if I ever do, I will send them a bottle of that and be like, this is the finest bottle of whatever that type of alcohol is.
It's called gasoline.
Well, and you know what the weird thing about it is, majority of it now when it gets shipped to bars, it comes in plastic. It's not glass. So it's like that should be your warning sign number one.
Yeah.
That there's something different about it.
Yeah.
And then boom, like if they want to sponsor us, that's cool. I love Malort.
Actually, quick. So I hated Malort. Like when we did the shot, when I finished it on the show, I hated it. It's kind of growing on me a little bit because my girlfriend's family, well, her dad really is the only one that likes it. And he's like, I love that shit. So every time I'm over there before a Cubs game, before any sporting thing that we're going to watch on TV, he's always like, we got to do a shot of Malort for good luck. And I'm like, okay, you know, I like to party. So I do it. But now I'm like, I'm kind of accustomed to it because I've done it so much.
I hate to say it, but it does get better after like the amounts, if that makes sense. But I mean, after like the fourth or fifth one, you don't even taste it. But like number two,
because your tongue's pretty much gone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised it doesn't like dissolve your esophagus.
I mean, it might.
Well, and it's a bitter aftertaste, I've noticed, but there's no burn.
Yeah,
there's no burn.
Socks.
There's no bite. There's not. I mean, except for afterwards when it's very like a bitter aftertaste. But what was I gonna say? I had something about. I was reading an article about Malort the other day, and it had its original, like during Prohibition, they didn't remove it from the market. You could still buy it because that's why it's big in Chicago.
Because people use it as gasoline?
No, because they would use it as like it was like something like it fought off stomach worms, so it was like medicine. So it's like the poor man's ivermectin.
Does not surprise me at all.
And I think you could like clean shit with it. I honestly think that's what the article said.
You still can clean shit with that.
Yeah, you could clean out your.
A military barrack could pass inspection with Malort.
Based off Malort, for sure.
100%.
I'll send you the article after this, but it was fucking crazy what I was like, all the things that they were saying, like the history of Malort. But yeah, that's wild.
Hey, speaking of alcohol, and one that's been in a bar every weekend for like how many years? A lot of years. Other than like old fashioned, I'm talking about like the basic regulars. What do you think are like the top 3 cocktails at a bar? Like the regular go-tos?
For anybody or for me? Both? I'll answer both.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say Jack and Coke.
For you right now?
I would say for everybody.
Okay.
Jack and Coke for everybody. Same with vodka Sprite. Same with vodka cranberry, or tequila soda. And then for me, I only have 2. It's tequila soda, Jack and Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do love a Jack and Coke.
I think Jack and Cokes are also number 1 because of the caffeine from the Coke, and it gives you that boost for like that event that night.
Yeah. Or going to like 5 more bars after that. Like
True.
once your brain shuts off and your body just takes over.
Yeah.
You go into autopilot. But
I mean, I have to do the Jack
on the bar. I think vodka Red Bull is also a really good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, some VRBs.
That's sugar free. I can't drink a regular Red Bull.
Oh, I can. I mean,
my heart.
If I'm gonna put the caffeine in my body, I'm not fucking drawing the line at the sugar.
Well, here's the thing, man. When you guys saw me last, oh God, the managers are gonna be like, what the hell? When you guys saw me last, I was on my best behavior because we had been on the road for 12 days straight before that.
Yeah.
We were so tired. My guitar player, 10 minutes before the interview, screamed at me. He didn't mean to. He's like my brother. I love the guy to death. But in that back alley at Joe's, I accidentally jackknifed the truck. And then we had the interview. So I was like, I got to go. Sorry. So I left him with this jackknifed truck, this van and trailer. And the poor guy could not figure out how to get the van out. He was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I would yell at me too. we were so tired. We were all snappy with each other, and we had no idea what the outcome of that show was going to be that night, attendance-wise. And we had all been drinking excessively the night before, and the night before that, and the night before that, and every night before that too. So we were running on steam, and by the time I got to you guys, y'all were so cool, so fun to hang out with. I was like, okay, we're rocking and rolling. And I think I had one of my favorite shows that night. I love Chicago. That's probably my favorite night of the whole entire tour.
Well, I remember during that conversation, it kind of ties into the song that we were just talking about. What the hell? The one that's tatted on your freaking body.
Oh, good for y'all.
Yeah, good for y'all.
Yeah, Party Mode.
Party Mode. Yeah, when you like stopped yourself, because in the middle of our conversation,
yeah, like the first like 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, like, oh my god, like I need to relax, like, you know, like it was. I don't know. I think you were just like you understood that we were just like we just wanted to chat, like we just wanted to. You know.
We're also very different from like the usual interview. I feel like
I would say, yeah.
I mean, we're just a couple of guys with microphones.
But yeah, like like during that time, you were just like, oh, I need to chill out, like, you know, like this is like very casual, which is like what we want to provide. Well,
that's the beauty of a podcast. I'm a huge, advocate for podcasts. I think that podcasts are 100%. They are the future. The big thing is with podcasts is not an interview. It is a conversation. It's an open dialogue. It's an open forum for you to have a conversation about anything. And so when you do a podcast and people are saying, oh, you can't cuss, oh, you can't say this, don't ask this, don't talk about this, what you're essentially doing is you're restricting the space of conversation, and you're restricting the amount of topics that can be discussed, because some stories are a lot funnier when you say fuck. It's just the truth. So this is what I love about this podcast. As soon as I got back to town, I was like, I went straight to my managers. I was like, let's find another day. I love these guys. They're so fun. And more importantly, when you guys get to Nashville, we got to kick it. I know you guys are coming down at some point.
Dude, like it's happening this summer. We don't know when, but it's happening this summer, because like we were literally in the talks about it not too long ago.
Yeah, and it's actually the date that we were talking about is coming up, but there were some things that did come up that kind of threw a wrench in that.
June 10th.
What's that?
June 10th for CMA Fest.
No. So I literally just looked at that. I have a wedding that weekend.
June 10th.
I have a wedding that Saturday.
Well, good thing June 10th is on a Friday.
So let's get the record straight. You want me to, because it starts on that Thursday, right?
I play on Friday, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so we'd probably come down that Thursday, stay Friday, and then get probably obliterated, I would imagine. And then you want me to come back to Chicago and do it all again for a wedding?
Well, and I'm actually supposed to be in Madison, Wisconsin.
I live where I travel 10 hours, do interviews, play show, go drink, and then have to go to the next show and do the same thing over again.
It is only 6 hours, and we really do need to get to Nashville.
Yeah. I think if we go, it would probably be the weekend after that.
But if I want to go for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, I don't want to I don't want to rush it. Like I want to like hang out, go to.
I mean, I'd rush it if need be.
Yeah, if it came down to it, but.
I got you, boys. Okay, you ready for this? I don't know how many people are going to be there for me, because I've never played in this area, but I am playing Bloomington, Illinois on the 16th.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
I'm from like Central Illinois, which is Peoria, which is very close to Bloomington. Is that Tailgate and Tallboys?
Yeah, I'm doing that. And then I'm playing the 17th, which is in Kansas City.
Okay. Wait, when is Tailgate and Tallboys, you said? June 17th?
16th of June.
You say 16th?
16th, yeah.
Okay. We'll have to definitely look at our calendar, but could you help some brothers out? And like, could you get us in?
I don't think that would be an issue.
Okay. That would be very helpful.
Yeah.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah.
No, dude, that would be sick as fuck. And then like, I don't know, like if you would want to like shoot something there, like some promo or whatever the hell that you got going on, like we're happy.
Well, because then
right
after that,
eye for an eye.
You're heading on tour with Sam Hunt.
June 7th.
Well, let's do this. Let's do a podcast at the show. I have a Sprinter van that has bunks and everything in it. It has a living room and everything in it. It's like a tour bus. Why don't we shoot the podcast on the tour bus, on the bus, and we can interview the band and everything? It'd be super fun. There's so many great personalities, you know, or maybe another artist you guys can get. I don't know. I think you all are awesome. So let's figure that out, because first off, it's one day to get drunk with y'all. Two,
right.
Just a good time, you know?
Yeah. No, I hear you. And like, to be honest with you, like, we're flattered. Like, we would 100% do that in a heartbeat. We've been talking about like kind of like building like a mobile setup in the back of a pickup truck. So like at festivals like this, we would just have you come in the back of the pickup and then we would just talk. So like,
and then we throw a bag over your head and we take you to an undisclosed location, record a podcast with the bag on your head, take the bag off, and we get to guess the whole time.
Right. Yeah. You know, something between those two. But
yeah,
no,
we've been workshopping the idea. It's not set in stone yet. So.
Yeah, but no, man, like that would be an honor. And like, yeah, we just, you know, we see you up and coming artists, and like you just awesome fucking people, and like we just want to talk to you. We want to help you. We want to share your story, and it's like, and then yeah, we'll get obliterated with you as well.
Dude,
yeah, you don't have to ask me twice to get obliterated.
I know I don't have to ask you twice. You're always down. Okay, yeah. but let's talk about this, because I know you're a comedian, and that's one of your main things that you love. So let's talk comedy.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, so you want to come into our arena? This is your podcast now.
I'm a huge comedy guy. I want to talk about this. What are your thoughts on this whole Dave Chappelle getting tackled shit?
Oh, you want to go first?
I think it stemmed from the slap.
I personally do too.
I think it stemmed from the slap, and then, you know, like that's what I was worried about mainly with that happening. Yeah. Was that it kind of opened the door for people to come in, almost, you know, express their disagreement with a comedian in a physical way, which I don't think is appropriate. But I mean, you pay someone to do art. It's like it's like the Chris D'Elia thing, or Delia.
I don't know.
One of them.
What's the Delia?
But he said, he's like, listen, he's like, let me play it out of speedball, like speedy quick for you. He's like, if you were to walk up to a comedian on the street, offer him money, and then you're like, hey, say something funny, and I say something you don't like, and then you're like, I don't like that. And it's like, okay, well, sorry. It's like, you didn't like the joke, or you didn't like this, you know? And it's like, was the joke tasteful? The original one, the slap? It's like, who knows? But I don't think it was out of malice, which is why that's where it gets, you know, the lines get crossed.
Yeah. I just don't want it to be a platform for when somebody doesn't like what a comedian says, they can just start thinking that violence is the answer, because everything else in this world, we tend to think, oh, violence is the answer if we don't like something. I mean, same with politics. We don't like what you're saying, we're just going to shut you down. And, you know, I'm not a big politics guy, but I'm watching it. I'm such a comedian fan. Do I think Joe Rogan is the funniest comedian in the whole entire world? No. But I do think he is absolutely one of the, if not the biggest advocate for comedians. I mean, his platform is the platform. So, you know, we live right next to, I live next to a place called Zanies, which is one of the most famous comedy clubs in Nashville, or in the country. Nashville.
Yeah, we have one here. It's really big.
Zanies. Yeah, I love Zanies, and they have Chris D'Elia, Bert Kreischer. My favorite is we have what's his name? Mullet dude.
Oh. Theo Von?
Theo. So he constantly comes into this Thai restaurant that I've gone to a couple times, and he's straight up one of the coolest dudes, man. I mean, I'm a huge Theo Von guy.
Dude, his podcast is awesome.
Yeah.
He's the man. He would be like a dream guest for us, to be honest, because I would just love trying to pick his brain for 30 minutes because the way he just the thought process behind like some of his jokes, I'm like, I need to know. Like, did you plan that 5 years ago and you just hit it at this moment? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
But to be honest, I like the coming on the stages is weird and like eye-opening, and I do think it comes from the slap. But I also think it's kind of like a generational type thing because back in like 10 years before us,
even just
20 years before
even just
us,
the previous generation before us.
Like, I'm not saying people need to get hit all the time, but every now and then somebody needs to get hit in the face. And I feel like that doesn't happen anymore in society. So it's like people think they can get away with these extreme things because they've never had like legitimate punishment in their life.
Yeah.
Right.
What is it Mike Tyson says? Mike Tyson says everybody has a plan until they get hit in the face.
Exactly. And like, that video of him on the airplane, after speaking to Mike Tyson, like there was a video of someone on the airplane, just some drunk kid making jokes and like yelling at him, and Mike Tyson turns around and starts beating him. And it's like, and the kid was doing it for 20 plus minutes, I believe. I don't know if the timeline's exactly.
The fact he kept his cool for 20 plus minutes, that right there should be the biggest reason why Mike Tyson is not responsible for anything.
Right. Well, it just came out recently that like there's no charges being pressed or anything.
Especially because you look at his like previous record where like bit the dude's ear off. Right. And you know all that stuff, and then you're like, oh well, he put up with this random kid just like berating him with comments for 20 minutes before he did anything. It's like he was like, all right, fucking, I just beat the shit out of this guy real quick. But yeah, I think it's ridiculous, and the fact that like,
but there's a very large, like this needs to be said too. There's a very large audience that's like on the comedian side. And it's like, yeah, fuck those people that think they can come up on stage. Like a lot of people are voicing that opinion as well. So that's good to see.
They need to. Dude, my thing is that comedy is a thing that is not supposed to be politically correct. It's supposed to be an open forum. It's something that's supposed to take really dark situations and make a lot of light out of them. So I don't know. My mind kind of sits on the side of comedy always. I'm a huge comedy supporter.
Well, who are your top 5 comedians like right now? Because I know Chappelle's technically out of. Well, he's back, right? You can list Chappelle. I would list Chappelle. Yeah. So who are your top 5?
5's a lot. Do 3.
Number 1 will be Dave Chappelle. I will. Yeah. That's my number 1. Number 2, I like Artie Lang. As far as like, even though he's not really a comedian, I just absolutely love like his. He's done a couple. Well, he's a comedian. He's done a couple.
Yeah, he's a comedian. I don't think he's like toured in the past like few years, but I mean like, yeah, he's definitely that's where he got his start.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer is a big one. Bert's my favorite. I gotta say, I gotta go back. Bert Kreischer is my favorite, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wild. Him and Tom Segura are just like a duo that's just so meant to be together. Like they are supposed to be in the same room.
They very much yin-yang each other. What was that?
The machine joke. Whenever he went to Russia, God, I love that joke so much.
All-time classic.
Well, did you see recently? He actually brought up the teacher that was on the trip with him, his Russian teacher.
No, I didn't see that. It's not even a joke; it's a story. But I mean, God, I just love it so much.
Yeah. But he like one of the tours he was on, like she was living in that city, and he was like, "Hey, I'm doing a show. I'm gonna do the joke. You should come on stage." Like he was gonna tell the whole story, and then have her come up and then tell her part of the story. And she was like, "Yeah, it's all fucking true."
That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw it on like TikTok or something. It was like an ad for like buying tickets for that tour, but. Yeah, I know. It was crazy. Like seeing that, I was like, damn. I was like, and then she got up and was like, nope, that's all true. And I was like, holy shit.
God damn.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I agree with your list. Your list is pretty solid. I don't think Artie Lang makes my top 5, but yeah, or my top 3. But
dude, just hearing him on Howard Stern though is just that. I don't know. I mean, on the Stern show, every day was just comedy. So if you like Howard Stern, you just follow it every day. that was something that.
What do you watch when you need a laugh?
Man, I'm not a big TV guy. Actually, I got rid of my TV in my place.
Good for you.
It kills my creative space. It really does. It messes with my head. I'm not able to fire on all cylinders whenever I'm, watching TV all the time. But when I get the chance to, I get hooked on series. So I'll watch it on my laptop. I'll watch it at a buddy's house, and whatnot. But the new Pam and Tommy show was really funny. I thought that was great. I'm a huge
Dude, I love that show.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And Tommy Lee's cool. I met him recently. He's really cool.
Damn, that's
Tommy
Lee. That's an iconic guy right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, not just because of being in Motley Crue, the biggest rock band ever. He's got a 13-inch schlong supposedly. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I hear. Hey, how's Bubba doing? I gotta ask about the dog. How's he doing?
Dude, Bubba's good. I left him about an hour ago. From the house. He's pretty sad, but my dog obviously is still number one priority in my life besides the music. So,
I mean, they're the best. There's no and ifs or buts about it. My great grandma had a saying and kind of like a theme in her house. If somebody came over and they didn't pet her dog, they were not ever allowed back in. She's like, if someone doesn't like dogs, I don't like them. And I was like, that's like probably the most true statement I've ever heard.
Dude, I brought a girl home in high school, and my parents have 5 dogs. They've never had less than 5 dogs at a time. So,
oh my God,
for as long as I've been alive. So I've always been raised around dogs. And I brought this girl home just to meet my family. And she walked through the door. Dog jumps up on her to say hi, like not even like an aggressive jump. It was just like a hug. She pushed the dog down and just looks at it. And my mom made eye contact with me. I made eye contact with her, and we both gave each other the look of like, all right, well, we know this isn't going to work. So I just said, hey, let's go get ice cream. While we were in the car, I said, hey, I'm going to drop you off at home. I don't think this is going to work. So to drop her off at home, all because she didn't like my dog.
Oh, I mean, it's like, it's one thing to not like dogs, and then it's another thing to like physically put your hand in the face.
Yeah.
Like, you stupid mutt.
Yeah, like even if you don't like a dog, like pet the fucking dog. You know what I mean? Like,
damn.
Like, I don't know. Like, unless the dog's like attacking you, which is very rare. Like, you see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I've always been like a dog guy. So, but.
Yeah, dude, no. Bubba is 103 pounds of love, man. That dog is just pure love. He's a big boy. That's why, man, I have this sedan, and I love it. Absolutely love my car, but I have to get an SUV now, man. It's like my dog's over 100 pounds, and I mean, he weighs almost as much as I do. I mean, I'm not 100 pounds, but he weighs like 75 pounds less than I do. So I'm going to have to get an SUV. I mean, I have to get one. Otherwise my car is just going to get destroyed. I mean, he's slobber all over the back seat. He's a St. Bernard and American Bulldog. So all he does is slobber constantly.
Hey man, it's Bubba's world. You're just living in it.
That's right. My car became his car. My house became his house. My next car is literally on the license plate. I'm just going to get Bubba on the license plate.
What kind of car are you driving now, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I drive a 2021 Volkswagen Passat. I love it. The R-Line package on it, fully loaded down with everything. And, the reason why I got a Volkswagen Passat is I got in a car crash last year, and I had a Volkswagen as well. That car saved my life, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to stick with Volkswagen. What? And now I'm going to have to get an SUV. So I'm going to stay with Volkswagen. I'm going to stay loyal to the brand. But got to say, those new Broncos and then the new Toyota 4Runners are very tempting to go take.
Dude, I want a 4Runner.
They look very similar now with the Bronco, the way they did the like body style on this new one.
Yep.
But well, I was kind of hoping they were going to stay true to like the OJ driving on the highway sort of Bronco, but beggars can't be choosers. So.
OJ driving down the highway. I forgot he led everybody on that chase.
Yeah, and he made the Bronco famous. Like the Bronco was just another car until OJ was using it as a getaway.
It was fast, it's durable, and clearly it can get away from a murder scene. So.
Oh yeah, easy.
That's true. I mean, it did its job. It did its purpose.
It did its purpose.
All right, going from like, I would label cars in like the topic that people think are cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what else are cool? Sunglasses are cool.
Yeah.
Leather jackets are cool.
Yeah.
I want to know like the dorkiest thing about you. Like, what's something that you're just like, it's what I do. It's who I am. But yeah, it's really dorky.
Dude, I love toys. Like
Toys.
Not sex toys, but I do love. I do love like toys in Walmart, Target, or any toy store. I'm like a child, man. I'm a kid at heart. I absolutely love GI Joes. I don't play with them. I don't have any. But the first thing I do when I go to Target is I go straight to the toy section. I nerd out on like new toys and things that are out. There's just something so cool and timeless about toys because they're never going to go away for as long as we live. There will always be toys made for kids to play with. Because as much as these are a thing and people play on phones, it's never going to beat the feeling you get when you open up a brand new G.I. Joe on Christmas morning. And he's got the M16 and the helmet and the boots. And I don't know. I'm just speaking for myself. I could be completely bullshitting, but that is absolutely one of the highlights of my life when I opened up and I had a G.I. Joe. Another thing is I'm also like a World War II history buff. I love World War II. And so anything military related, I have a big military family. So those are where my interest lies, kind of nerding out on that kind of stuff.
Well, that also explains the Volkswagen interest because there's a huge World War II parallel with that.
Yeah, I didn't get it because Hitler drove it. I don't think that was kind of.
No, I know. You didn't. I'm just fucking with you.
No,
but they're in all the documentaries, and you're like, oh, those look pretty fucking dope.
They were cool, man. When I went to Germany when I was in right after high school, I got to go to Germany and follow where my great grandfather, fought over in Europe and against the Nazis, and I got to see they were like arenas almost. They were these giant warehouses with tanks and cars, and I got to see one of the Volkswagens that Hitler rode in the back end.
Wow.
They're cool. I mean, they were so ahead of their time. The Germans were when it came to their planes, their vehicles. Really interesting to see because they all had leather in them, which our tanks all had just metal bench seats in them. Everything had metal because we were trying to use anything we could, scrap metals, whatever we could, to just try to win the war. We didn't have the necessary, supplies. We had just come out of the Great Depression, so we were kind of using anything that we possibly could to take on. We were also fighting on two fronts. We had Japan and we had Germany and Italy, and we didn't have those nice little pieces of leather and whatnot. And so it's really cool to be able to go over there and see the differences in what they had and versus what we had.
That's dope. When you asked me earlier, you're like, did you learn anything cool today? I just learned something really fucking cool today.
Well, I didn't know that you're a big car guy. Literally. Well, no, I knew that. No, I didn't know you're a big toy guy. That like blew my mind. And then the fact that like it's just everything about World War II. Like it's just you learn something new every day.
I don't know everything, but I do know a lot. I mean, I just there's not a lot to do when you're on the road. So you just try to learn. I mean, you can sit there and read and just drink all day, or you can try to learn and better yourself,
Oh, I do like the first option though.
Drinking?
Yeah. So are you more of like, do you veer more towards like reading like books about World War II, or do you like look up YouTube videos or try and find documentaries? Or
Yeah, I haven't read a book since I was
Same.
7th grade, maybe.
I was gonna say 1.5.
Oh, I just don't learn that way, dude. Like, I'm sure you guys are the same way. Like, we're creatives. So we don't test technically. Now, I'm not speaking for all creatives, but me creatively, I don't learn from reading. I have to visually see it, like in the picture form, or I have to hear it, which explains the job field that I'm in, which is entertainment, you know?
Yeah. Explains the video, audio.
That explains, that explains it. Hey, I do want to hit on some awesome things that you have done recently.
Yeah.
Over Me, that came out this year in February. What's that song mean to you? And like, what's like a message that you want your audience to receive when they hear it?
Man, it's trucking along. First off, I mean, it's still new. I think we consume music so fast these days where we're trying to, if it doesn't blow up on TikTok in the first 24 hours or blow up, you know, on streaming within the first 48 hours or week, we kind of consider it a flop. And I think that's one of the downfalls of the music industry right now is we are so quick to get rid of things if they just don't show the numbers that they need to right away. That song means a lot to me. So it's got a long life. I'm taking a slow game with it. We're growing every week. And the song is a personal story. You know, I came out of a breakup and I broke up with a girl who is from Missouri, and we had, you know, moved in together here in Nashville. Didn't work out too well. And I broke up with her. I was just like, hey, I don't think this is going to work for you or me. And what I need from you is to let me let you go so that you can live the life that I can't give you. So the only thing I feel like that was, because it still hurt. So I feel like the process of healing was writing about it, and that was my letter to her, to let her know that she can move on and do her thing. And I think now she's, you know, engaged to a dentist of some sort, you know, whatever it might be. Because as a songwriter, you don't know where your next check is going to come from necessarily. Not every songwriter has a publishing deal, so you don't know where your next check is going to come from. You don't know if you're going to lose your publishing deal, even if you have one, or if you get dropped from a record label. You know, either you succeed or don't. There's really no in between. So I was afraid that I wasn't able to provide her the full extent of what she could have from me unless I was able to focus on my career 100% without any distractions. I'm not saying she was a distraction, but I noticed I wouldn't be able to focus on her the way that she deserved. So I wrote that song, and we shot a music video recently, you know, in the past few months, and we put it out, and it's just cool to be able to watch my story on a screen and kind of put to life, and even the song allowing it to do that.
Well, and I saw on TikTok that you released a video where you called her and you told her.
Oh, that's that's who that was. Oh,
yeah, you told her about it.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest of all phone calls in the whole entire world, but you know, it worked. You know, I mean, she can't be too mad at the song. It's a song, you know.
Well, to be honest, the thing about the song, I love it because lyrically it cuts deep. Like it does its job, and like it hits you there. But it's up tempo. Like the beat is quick and fast, and not something that you expect with the song that really, you know, gets in there and gets in the feels. Which I'm
glad you picked up on that, because hardly anybody picks up on that. I mean, I think we get caught up in breakup songs. Like one of my biggest influences in country music is Billy Currington. And if you look at one of his biggest hits, it's It Don't Hurt Like It Used To. That song is a song about having your heart broke. And it's still hurting, but not hurting as bad as it used to. You're healing. And the song should, in your head, oh, It Don't Hurt Like It Used To. It's probably a breakup song, probably slow. The song was right there on the floor driving the whole entire time. When you see it live, it brings so much energy. I don't know about anybody else, but I know for me that song was a huge influence being part of the song.
No, I love it, and I think I'm not telling you what to do with your career, but I think I personally as a fan want more up tempo Roman Alexander, because it was like the way just how quick the beat was, and then your voice comes in and it's like, oh shit, like we're we're on to something here. Like, this is awesome. So I'm a huge fan of the song. And it is cool also as a fan just to hear that it is based on like a true story. It's not something you just decided to round out.
Dude, y'all are going to like the new stuff. I mean, every artist says that. Oh, you're going to love the new stuff. I promise. What I just got done with, we're holding on to it for a while. We're going to sit on it for a little bit. But what we're holding on to, I think you all will really, really enjoy.
Is it on the way to Anywhere with You?
No.
Is it okay, so that's another thing I want to hit on.
He said he's gonna sit on it. You think he's about to just fucking give away all his
okay, I understand that, but you put new music out to YouTube and it's unreleased. And it's like, oh, like what's like, I guess the goal with that? Like, you just want to get music out to people as quick as possible?
So the songs haven't done anything. They've hardly got any views. They've hardly done anything. I mean, compared to the other songs and what they've done, they haven't done anything. But there's a strategy to it.
You're trying to get a feel?
I'm getting a feel. I'm gauging a little bit. I'm hearing what people think, and then you're going to see here in the next few weeks, I'm going to start pushing those songs, and I want to kind of let the fans pick. And I'm not necessarily doing it for the song. I'm doing it for the tempo. I want to hear where people's heads sit currently right now.
Dude, out of everybody we've talked to, no disrespect to everybody else, but I think you put the most thought behind every single aspect of your career. And
like the process.
What I mean by that is like when you went to that, you started working at that car wash because you knew, I think it was a car wash,
no, it was
right?
a
Or
dealership, but he was washing cars.
Yeah. So you started working at the dealership because you knew these certain people went to this dealership and you could somehow make a way to get in contact with them, which you eventually did. Like, thinking about that alone is awesome because you're thinking so far outside of the box to try and just simply like get your foot in the door. And it's clear that you're still doing that with your career, which is just awesome.
Well, I appreciate it, man. The thing is doors close constantly. Doors open constantly. But the only way to keep doors opening is you got to kick them in a little bit, or you just got to knock a lot. And I think the big thing is you have to put thought into things. You have to constantly be trying to evolve things. Keep trying to knock on doors. Keep trying to grow the company. Because you're a company, you're a product. This is no longer playing guitar in your bedroom. This is a hobby. When I hear artists say, oh, this is just what I love, I can't believe I'm doing this, I think that's the biggest crock of bullshit. If you don't believe you should be doing this, or you think you can't believe you're doing this, wow, I never in a million years dreamed of being able to do this. I'm so thankful. It's great that you're thankful, but I know exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. This is where I'm supposed to be. And the stuff we have in the works is going to change my life here in the next few months. I mean, this is we're on the home stretch of some really cool stuff that I'm really excited for everybody to be a part of. So I feel like this is the year where I'm able to sit back and go, okay, all of it was worth it. This was all meant to happen. Everything I've ever done, from sitting in a car wash and working 2 jobs, to sleeping in my car for a little bit, to being a merch guy, to getting a publishing deal, to signing a record deal, to being right here right now, to playing sold out shows or not. All of those I'm going to sit back and go, okay, that's awesome. And then I'm going to go, okay, what next? What's next? What can I do now? Because there's always work to be done, and you have to think things out currently in the moment. Because like I said, the last time I was with y'all, every artist thinks about where do I, this is where I am right now. And they think Z, okay, that's where I want to be. But you got to think about B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. You got to think all the way through, because everything takes time and you got to follow the process.
You have a very similar brain to me. Mine does not stop or shut up. It's always like, all right, like, we have this, what can we do next? Like, we had a meeting yesterday talking about like the City Smoke Out, and it's like, all right, like, here's this idea. Oh, this idea could help branch into this idea. And like, it just kept going and going and going. Like, whatever it is you are eventually going to release, that's going to change your life. That's awesome. That's so cool to hear. And we couldn't be more pumped for you. Are you going to do like a release party? Like, are you going to do like a release concert or?
No. So it's not even just a release. It's the things that lead up to being able to put out a release.
Okay.
So it's cool. I can't say anything yet legally, but we're working on it, man. I'm really excited for it.
If there's any way we can help promote whatever like big event or step that you are taking in your career, we are more than happy to help you in any shape or form.
Yeah, just let us know. I mean, we can post on all of our pages about it. Like,
like anything you we would love to be part of it. Not to obviously throw our hats in the ring because it is your time, but it's like we're here for you because we appreciate you coming on in your time.
I appreciate it, dude. No, y'all are awesome. My thing is for the two of you, I want to know what's the game plan for Windy City Joes? I want to know. You guys are growing. You guys are just like an artist, man. Y'all are doing the same thing. We're doing the same thing. We're in the entertainment business. Our job is to make people laugh, make people cry, make people feel good, and allow others to get to know us through our content and concepts. So last time I was with you all, we were at Joe's on Weed Street, played a packed show that night, had a good time. And it's a great venue, but you guys are growing. You evolved. You got out of there. Not that that was a bad place, but you got out into your own space. And that is a lot like using somebody else's space to record songs and then getting into your own space to record songs. It changes the dynamic of the whole process and the creative process. So what is the next step for Windy City Joes? I'm curious because I'm a fan, so I want to
know. To be honest with you, like we are still partnered with Joe's on Weed, Carol's and Joe's Live in Rosemont. Shout out to Ed Warm for even giving us like this ability. Like it's been fucking awesome, and I can't say that enough. But I think thoroughly we want to help the artists like as much as we can. Like we love talking to the artists that have number one hits and like shit like that. But to be honest with you, connecting to artists that are in the present of building their career and like figuring out what works with them and putting out EPs and like combining and writing songs at writing trips and telling us sick ass stories about the tattoos. Like we love hearing that shit, and it fuels me to like get your word out there, spread to people who you really are. And then like I said, overall, I just want to help the artists. So whether it's in a creative concept, like a release party or a release interview, a live interview, or customizing merch, like we've given in like recent discussions, we've given like some ideas to a couple of artists for their merchandise and stuff like that. So it's just honestly throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks, to be honest with you.
How often are y'all releasing episodes? Because my favorite thing is I love y'all's personality so much. I'm like, man, I want to see more. Like Joe Rogan. It's hard. It's hard to put out content constantly. But I know Joe Rogan. Well, one reason why I think I stay engaged is because he keeps people engaged because he keeps putting content out. And I'm like, dude, I would love to see a lot of content. Now, what we should do, here's an idea. We should do a 3-day guest appearance, right? For 3 days straight. You release it part 1, part 2, part 3. And they're just long podcasts. And we could just shoot the shit. I could tell you any story you want to know. I have a lot of good stories. I know you all do too. So I just think that those things are fun. They pass the time, and then you can learn a lot in them.
Hey, I don't know what you're doing between August 4th and August 7th. But that's Windy City Smoke out here in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I had this idea of like, it would be really fun to kind of do like a live Q&A while at Smokeout with some of the like the openers and shit like that. But I was like, it would also be cool to have an artist with us, and you're the co-host. Like you are the co-guest. Like you're talking to fans, figuring out who they're excited to see, kind of shit like that. And then just building off that opportunity, also just engage with fans too. So I don't know if you're free, but you are more than welcome to join us for like a Windy City Smokeout special.
Yeah.
Like type of like podcast interview type thing.
Yeah.
Well, you all have my management's email, so we can make that work. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
I tell you what, I like you boys a lot, so of course I'm down to do
Well,
anything.
and hey, I promise we are coming to
Nashville.
Yeah, we're coming to Nashville at some point in the
possibly
summer. And right when we do, we'll hit you up and make sure we. Oh, my camera died. And make sure we.
I got it.
He's got it. And make sure, we get some drinks and just fucking hang out and chill, dude.
Rock and roll. Okay, so I gotta ask that before we go.
Okay.
What's I need to know more about this girl.
My girlfriend.
You know,
Okay, yeah. No, I didn't know. I was like, which girl am I talking about? Yeah, we started dating December.
Okay.
Yeah, it was crazy because we started out family friends, and it like kind of just ended up being like we were like, oh, we shouldn't do this. This is a terrible idea because then we got to like put up with each other if it ends terribly, and then like pretty quickly, like both of our parents. Well, like we did like this thing where like I went out to dinner, like she was going out to dinner with her mom, and she was like, hey, why don't you join us? And I was like, okay, yeah, like they're not gonna think anything's happening at all if I join you and just your mom for dinner. Like, and so I like just went and met him for dinner one night, and then we ended up like going out. And then her mom was like, oh, okay, I got to call it a night. She Ubered home. And then we went out to a few more bars and she crashed at my place. And then like a few months after we started dating, this is actually pretty funny because she goes, we were talking about it. And she goes, I thought you guys were just secretly dating at that point. I was like, no, we weren't dating at that like yet. And she goes, now that you say it, she didn't come home with me that night. She stayed at your place.
So her mom put it together?
Yeah, her mom was like putting it all together in her head. And it was like, I was like, yeah, no, she did. But like, yeah, it was just kind of like a snowball effect. And her brother, it's like I was closer with him obviously. And we, he had left for work. He was like working out in Missouri. And he left for about 3 or 4 months and ended up coming back for like Christmas. And like 2 or 3 days before Christmas, she told him that we were dating.
Oh, no. Okay.
And because
I got sweaty when you were telling me that this was your best friend's sister. So,
yeah. And so he was like, he found out, because at first he was like, he didn't want anything to happen because he saw us the first time we kissed. And he was like, absolutely not. This isn't happening. Like because he didn't want it to, be weird or get weird or anything like that. So he's like, no, I'm going to shut this shit down right now. And then when she told him like, oh, we're dating now, he was like, oh, that's cool. He's like, a lot happened in a month, like that I was gone. He's like, so like it literally over a course of a month, like it was like 12 dates. And then we ended up we were like, I guess we should just call this.
Now it's happily ever after.
Yeah, and now she's actually downstairs right now.
So what's the next step, dude? I mean, clearly, y'all have been dating since December. That's a long time, dude.
I guess it's decently long. I mean, I don't know.
What month is it now? May.
Yeah. So the 17th is 5 months. 5 months?
I don't know. I'm not good at math.
Yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, yeah, it's been easy to keep track because, like, the first month was January, second month was February. So I just got to remember what number month we're in. But yeah, 5.
When do you think couples should like move in with each other? Like,
dude, I don't know. I think it varies because I think it's all about the individuals. If I used to be like, hey, move in, get to know each other first. But then I've done that before. So in my head, I was like, and it didn't work out too well. So right after that, I was like, I'm waiting till marriage. But you move in with somebody after marriage, and then you're like, shit.
I hate this person.
They're so smelly. Yeah.
Until death do us part, I'm about ready to kill this person. So death is about to do us part. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I think the big thing is you have to truly love the person. You truly have to know this is the person you want to be with. So Next time around, probably we'll be a little bit more, careful.
You live and you learn.
You live and you learn. I think it. Like I said, it varies person to person. For me personally, I think I want to get to know the person a little bit better. I want to understand their living habits, because that was the one thing I think that threw me for a loop. You moved in with the person, and I was like, "Ooh, this is not what I thought I signed up for." I'm not used to dirty dishes, and I'm kind of a clean freak sometimes, and then there's other times I'm not. When I get off the road, I live out of a suitcase for like 5 days straight. I just do not.
I couldn't imagine that.
No, I mean, he and I are currently living together, so we.
It was a big step in our commitment.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I think marriage is the next
How
step.
have we not talked about that? What is that like?
It's fine. We're both kind of neat freaks.
Yeah, we're clean.
So yeah, we shower regularly. We do the dishes.
Jackson showers with beer.
Oh, I shower with beer. I have.
Shower with beer is good. It does hit different. Depends on.
It's
the
like
beer.
a spa day. It's self-care.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, I mean that's like we're in our attic right now.
That's a pretty cool.
So I guess what I would say would be the next, like the most immediate next step for Windy City Joe's would be figuring out air conditioning in this room.
Yeah, air conditioning in this room, and then probably like being able to afford a podcast studio that we can walk to.
Yeah, that's not like upstairs.
Yeah, it's like you guys want to buy a bus. I mean, honestly, I would buy a mobile van, and build a studio in a mobile van way before like an actual studio.
Yeah,
that'd be sick as fuck.
Just park it out back.
Yeah, but yeah, we just
You guys need to do what I do. Is I usually will do what do you call the Sprinter van? You guys need to do the mobile Sprinter van. Like Steve-O. Have you ever watched his podcast?
Yeah.
Like exactly like that. The hard part is finding a podcast studio for, that's not $100,000, because a lot of those Sprinter vans are $100,000 plus, and then you get the podcast equipment. Like I don't even know what it costs to start a podcast. So enlighten me, because I'm curious, because I genuinely don't know. I know there's a lot that goes into it. You have a camera guy there, so
it's we've been doing this roughly since what year are we? 22 of May. We've been doing this from December 2020.
Yeah.
And we've upgraded our mics once. We've upgraded our cameras twice.
Oh. And and then
upgraded both of our laptops, so we both got like brand new MacBooks because we just need the space and to keep everything. And then upgraded our studio. So we have not made any money yet.
Okay, but also the other thing that we've done is we've redecorated the studio and transformed the studio, like in the last place, probably about 8 times.
That's true. Yeah.
12. Okay, so
and then with the packing up and the coming to Joe's and stuff like that was between it too. So like I think we've found a good niche where we are right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I like where we are. It's just figuring out those mobile runs, which I want to be a part of the show, because it would be fun.
So easy to just whip the back doors to a Sprinter van open.
We should figure this out, because I think that'd be so cool to be able to take your show on the road, take it on tour, where you get to go to you camp out, you get the same credentials as an artist. Let's take my show, for instance. We're playing a show, you get the same credentials, you park out back, and you just have multiple guests. You schedule multiple guests that day. So if it's a festival, like in the summer, you go to festivals like Stagecoach, and you have the different artists come in and hang out. And that way you get like 5 or 6 podcast episodes out of one weekend. You get to get drunk, watch a show, a bunch of pretty girls around, get to see everybody dancing, you get country music. And then the next time you got Tailgates and Tallboys. You get to interview Riley Green, Jelly Roll, My Handsome Self. And then you get to go all the way to August, and then you got Windy City Smokeout. You have an endless array of country artists to interview. But get away from country artists, there's also fucking cool people to meet in every single city. So there's all these different, avenues to I don't know. Sorry.
No, your ideas are great. To be honest, we are always open for ideas and just different ways we can talk to people because we're expanding it from like country music artists to like we want to talk to managers, like we want to talk to strictly songwriters, like we want to talk to everybody in this creative world because, I mean, there's people behind the scenes too, and
like
their voices need to be heard as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
I love like honestly, I love the mobile like.
Well, because
festival idea.
We've been playing around with the idea. We just didn't like. We're just trying to figure out. Like,
well, we have to. I mean, people are going to want to talk. Or like, we have to figure out how to make people want to talk to us. That's number one.
Well, that Cardinals that's a good step. I do like that.
Exactly.
But that only works for like that fan base.
Yeah. So we have to make.
You got to make sure
that people want to. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we have to make people want to talk to us, and then we have to get the green light that we are welcomed in this festival and or like concert venue, and that we can record there. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. Anything's possible. It's just we got to figure out the hoops we have to dive through, and then to make it happen.
I think that it's possible. I'm already daydreaming. The biggest thing you have to worry about. If he ends up not having a girlfriend, which he does, but if he ends up not having a girlfriend, you got to watch out that he doesn't start on the road. He doesn't start making out with some dude's sister.
Oh, he'll be fine. he'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I have to bust your balls about it.
He's like, I'm not worried about this guy over here.
Yeah.
No, it's so cool. Your guys' dynamic is fantastic to watch and to be able to see the growth and the same for me. It's like we're all kind of growing, man. We're all doing this, and I appreciate you all having me on. Seriously, I always have a blast, and the content I have after it is. I still go back and watch the video from the Malart because it's like that was so entertaining.
We'll clip the shit out of this for you, and like if anything you want to put up on yours, you're absolutely more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'll throw them in a Google Drive for you. Again.
Yeah, we'll send them to your people. It has been great speaking with you. Before we let you go, I have to get out some things that I wanted to hit. Your crew neck for Over Me on your website, RomanAlexandermusic.com, at RomanAlexandermusic.com. His crew neck, buy it. It's sick as fuck. It's so cool. The black. Crew necks are just cool in general. They're back. Like they're officially back and better than maybe a hoodie. That's a hot take. Anyways, your crew necks are sick. Over Me. Check, and then you're going on tour June 7th with Sam Hunt.
Yeah.
Get his tickets. RomanAlexandermusic.com. You were the best, dude. It's been great talking to you. And we honestly hope to God to see you at Tailgates and Tallboys. That would be.
How about you guys come out to a Sam Hunt show? Look, you guys, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
So it goes for June 7th. Do you know when it ends? I mean, like goes for like a month, 2 months?
It's July 7th and ends July 23rd. So there's
June 7th to July 23rd?
No, July 7th to July 23rd.
It's July 27th?
July 7th to July 23rd.
How are you not hearing this?
I was just making sure.
It's like your ears have dyslexia.
They do. Gotcha.
Have you put any more thought into starting a podcast?
Yeah, I want to wait for the right platform. We're almost there or close. My thing is I kind of want to go away from music. I want to talk to individuals like yourself, comedians and podcast personalities and other people, and being able to expand in those facets. Because I think that the most important thing is for me is we already know the dialect I'm going to have with other country artists because I'm in the industry. I live here with them most of the time and I see them on a regular basis. But and there's already enough songwriter podcasts where people talk to just only songwriters, not artists. I want to talk to the people that not everybody talks to. I want to talk to venue promoters. I want to talk to managers. But the venue promoting world is such a unique thing because sometimes there's like my booking agent would love to talk to him. He's got so many great stories. But then I want to get out of that too. I want to talk to politicians and scientists and I want to have an open dialect conversation, cocktail conversation and I want to get them drunk. That would be really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who says you can't?
Well, and I definitely am leaning more towards the cocktail conversations with Roman Alexander. Like, that's got to be the name of it.
Yeah. Oh,
I've been putting a lot of thought into it since we last talked to you. We had, cocktails and conversations, or Between You and Me. Still both great, but
Between You and Me sounds like I'm gonna have I'll be talking to a serial killer about how they murdered somebody, and it's
listen, just Between You and Me. How'd you do?
They're opening up, like they're confessing their life story, and it's like a boohoo kind of thing. I think Cocktail Conversations is gonna be much more of much more humor. Okay, for instance, you guys are technically interviewing me. It's a podcast.
We try our best.
But then you get me, any other interview, I feel like I'm pretty well polished. I'm myself. I'm not anything different. I just feel like I can say shit and fuck. I can actually cuss. Not that I don't know if y'all want me to or not, but I feel like
you say whatever the fuck you want.
Cancel it.
Yeah, I'm able to be myself, which is what everybody wants you to be. Music, they're always like, be authentic, be yourself. We have TikTok. We have all these things that don't show just the polished version anymore. They show you who you should be, who you want to be, who you are. And I want to capture people in the rawest form, because you talk to a politician, they're gonna bullshit you 90% of the time. But you talk to them on my podcast, they might bullshit me, but they're still going to get a buzz while they're bullshitting me. So there's that. And then, cigars are going to be a big thing. So I want to shoot it in a cigar lounge, which would be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I literally have one here. It's just so fucking hot in this room.
Yeah, it's really hot in this room.
I was going to smoke this for this interview.
Yeah. He's a big cigar guy.
Yeah, I have a humidor full of them downstairs, and I was going to smoke one for this because I saw your Instagram. You have a bunch of them. A bunch of photos of you smoking cigars and enjoying bourbon, and I was like, I'll smoke cigar and I'll have bourbon. But I was like, the thought of drinking bourbon in this room was making me sweat alone. So I was like, all right,
we can have cigars at Tailgate and Tallboys.
Yeah, I'll bring us a couple.
Let's shoot a podcast there. We will set it up in the van. Let's figure it out. Get with my team on the logistics of it. If they're by any means doing the whole, I don't know if that'll work or not, you talk to me, we'll make it work. I promise.
Okay. We are in. And if there are any other artists that you were performing with that you think might want to sit down and chat about God knows what, let us know too.
You got it. I promise.
And then also, you're going to Council Bluffs, Iowa, July 7th. That isn't far away. So we might make a road trip that weekend.
Yeah.
That's opening night for me with Sam. So that'll be pretty cool.
Cool. All right, dude. Thank you so much for your time. It's been awesome catching up with you. And yeah, we look forward to the future, man.
Yeah. And whenever you want to come on, just let us know.
I promise you, I will let you know. And this next time though, we got to do it in person, like sitting down. I mean,
for
sure. We'll make it cool. It'll be awesome. I think last time we were able to I have a hard time when we're between a screen right now. It's cool, but I feel like when I'm able to look at you and talk, and when I'm able to say shit, it's way cooler in person,
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you.
So
I hear you.
Anyways, dudes, I appreciate y'all having me on, and it's always a pleasure.
Take care, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Peace.
All right, peace.
We'll get arrested.